So I need to remove this front seat out of this Sport Escape. This should be the same procedure from 2001 till about 2011. You'll notice that this is an electric seat. Most of them are going to be electric. The only thing is, if they're not electric, then you're not going to have to disconnect a bunch of electrical connectors, or in this case, probably just like one or two. If you have a later model, say a 2011, this is probably going to be very, very similar. The mounting points should stay the same throughout all of the years, and I'm figuring most of you are probably concerned about how to get the bolts out and how to actually get the seat out. So we're going to show you that, and I'm repairing a spot on the floor underneath here, and in other videos I'm going to show you that. So if you're removing your seat because you got a big old hole underneath there, you'll want to check out my playlist and watch that. Or if you're here for the hole and you need to know how to remove the seat, well, you're going to have that too. What is happening, folks? My name's Clay with Clay's AC and Auto Repair and the Clay Way here in Muskegon, Michigan. And I believe my job here on YouTube is not only show you how to fix things, but to inspire you, empower you, and give you something that you never knew you had, while taking things from you that you definitely don't need and showing you not to be the next to them, but the very first to you, while teaching you that if anyone else can do it, I promise you, you can do it too. So if this video ends up being helpful, please consider subscribing, clicking the notification, sharing my videos, and give me them sweet old thumbs up. And if you've got a question for me, you can hit me up for absolutely free on Clay's AC and Auto Repair on the Facebook Messenger. I don't collect information. I don't care about your baby mama drama. Just try to help you fix your ride if I possibly can. You can take a look at my channel at nighttime when you're sleeping and put on one of my sweet Clayway playlists if you want to help the channel out. Or you can buy something from our merch store, donate to us, all that other good stuff. That's not all necessary. I'm absolutely here to help you for free. So let's get going. The purpose of this video is to keep them mechanics out of your corn store and keep money in that old pocket. Oh, that would be rough. Obviously, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to remove the floor mats up underneath here. And this one has the factory ones. Now, obviously, to move this seat, we're going to put the key in the ignition and turn it to the on position so we have power going to the seat. Now, you can either move it all the way back or move it all the way forward and tackle the bolts, either the front ones first or the rear ones. In this situation, I'm going to go with the front. So we're going to take a 15 millimeter and we're going to loosen up and remove the two bolts in the front of the seat first. Now, with the key turned on once again, we can go ahead and move the seat all the way forward. Okay, now we have a couple caps on here. We're going to take a little screwdriver and we're going to pop these caps off of here, and then that will expose our bolts holding it down. If we take our screwdriver, we should be able to insert it right up underneath here, and you may have to go around it, pull it up a little bit over in this area, and then pull it up a little bit that way, and then that'll pop that up off that stud. We'll do that on both sides. You can also twist the screwdriver and pop it up off of there that way as well. Now, taking our 15 millimeter, once again, we can loosen up our nut. Turning the key on. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to move the seat to a neutral position, which pretty much puts it in the center of the track. So you want the track for the front about here and the track for the rear in the back. It'll make it easier to get it out of the automobile. Then we'll go and disconnect the battery once again. You only need to remove the positive side of the battery, and it's held on by either an 8 millimeter or a 10 millimeter bolt. Set it off to the side and lean it up against the plastic of the battery. Doesn't really make a difference if it touches anything, but it's better safe than sorry. Now, with all 4 nuts and bolts removed from the seat, we should be able to place our hand up on the top of it, lifting it up off of the bolts that run through the floor, and we can disconnect the yellow connector. Now, down here at the base of our seat, we have an electrical connector that we can slide forward and pull off, and then push down on the tabs. I'm going to need 2 hands to remove this, and then our seat should be pretty much ready to remove. This connection is yellow, which often indicates an airbag. I don't believe this seat has an airbag in it, but it is a good idea to remove the battery cable just in case, even though I've forgotten several times and removed connectors and never had an airbag go off. But it's always better safe than sorry. Pushing back on the rocker switch should allow it to disconnect. If it doesn't, take a little pick tool, stick it in the front of here, and pop it up, pulling it this way. There are several little things you could do. You could also stick a screwdriver in there and pop it up, but you should hear it click, and it should rock downward like that. If you can't get it to release with the rocker switch, take both hands, placing them on both sides of the connector, pushing them together like you're going to connect them. As you push down on the rocker, then pull back sharply and it should release. Okay, one more electrical connector to undo. Now you can undo this a couple different ways. It's a little plastic tab. You can kind of work it out of there and pull it off of there, possibly with a screwdriver or whatever, and then stick it back up through the hole that it goes into later on when you're done. Now, depending on why you're actually removing the seat, you could either push it to the back or you could remove it completely from the vehicle. I think in my situation, I'm going to completely remove it from the vehicle. So we'll take it and we'll pull it out just like this, getting it out of the way. You can lift it up from the front with your right arm or with your left arm, and from the rear with your right arm. Well, with my seat removed, I have discovered quite the mess underneath here. So we're going to get down to fixing that. If this interests you, you can check out my Ford Escape playlist. I do a lot of neat stuff on these vehicles. You will certainly enjoy it. They are great vehicles as far as I'm concerned, and I want to keep yours on the road along with mine. Well, hopefully you folks feel a little bit more inspired to be able to do this stuff yourself and keep them mechanics out of your old corn store. If this video was helpful and you've got a question for me, you can hit me up on Clay's AC and Auto Repair on the Facebook Messenger. I certainly try to help everyone I possibly can. I can't help you with that baby mama drama, but I may be able to help you fix that car. Remember, if anyone else can do it, I promise you, you can do it too. God bless, folks. Have the best of days.